So United have spent over £200 million this summer, but they've also got some big names off their books, including Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho. I mean, look, we've got Sancho, Antony, Rashford, Garnacho, Højlund and Malacia still waiting to see what happens with him. Chris, you were making a point mainly on Antony, you know, who's a sale there of 21.7 million. We heard 3 years ago going for 80 million to Man United.
I mean, Manchester United's recruitment, I mean, Højlund as well, they brought him in for an absolute fortune. Now he's away on loan. Sancho was brought in as well. I mean, the money Manchester United, you speak about their goalkeeping problems, the recruitment at that club for the last number of years is incredibly bad. You know, you look and you think, you know, it's Manchester United. I mean, even like Rashford's wages, I mean, he signs what he's offered. You know, so the amount of money the club has wasted now for a long period of time, somebody does really need to get a grip of it from top to bottom. So
what have you made of it? Because it does seem like Manchester United, they make these massive deals, the players come in and then it all gets a little bit ugly. They're all training in a separate location to the others, their changing rooms are different. Where do they go after this? Have they got to change their strategy?
Yeah, 100%. Like, the recruitment hasn't been good enough. And we were talking about it on the show on Saturday, and we were saying the manager's changing as well. So I think, you know, the style's changing. So then you're bringing in different players to fit with that style. So at some point, they've got to be patient. They've got to stick with the manager. They've then got to build with that manager and bring the right players in that are going to, you know, sort of play that style. So, yeah, when, you know, I looked at the start of the transfer window and you thought, OK, they've brought in some good attacking players. They're players that they needed because, you know, they didn't score enough goals, they didn't create enough chances last season. But then you also looked at the midfield area and you thought, well, to play the way that Amrin wants to play, they need probably more legs and more athleticism in there. Then you looked at the goalkeeper situation, which I know that they're addressing with Le Mans. Whether he's the right goalkeeper or not, I'm not too sure. But, yeah, when you look at that and you look at the amount of money that they've spent and then what they're going for, the recruitment certainly hasn't been good enough.
Do you think, Michael, they've got rid of the right players? Yeah, and what I mean by that, you know, you're looking at, I mean, Garnacho, you can claim as an academy project, but it's still a great player on his day. Looking at this team, do you think they've made the right decisions?
Well, you can go along from there. Sancho, Aston Villa. I mean, Antony, you're losing just under £60 million in 3 years. Remarkable. Marcus Rashford gone on loan. Garnacho, Højlund field from a little Malacia. I mean, Garnacho, you could talk about professionalism, body language. I mean, and with Boyd, it's just remarkable. A football club of Manchester United can waste money like they do and not get it right. I mean, you make the odd mistake, but it just seems to be constant with Manchester United. And you look at the money spent now. I mean, they've gone with Cunha and Mbeumo, who big fans of. But it wasn't too long ago we were saying I'm a big fan of Sancho, like Rashford, like Garnacho, and then they're all out the door. So there's something not quite right. A mentality, a mindset of going, it's a heavy shirt to play in. But I'm going to knuckle down, I'm going to be good. Mainu, what happens with Mainu? He was wanting a loan move. It wasn't long ago, there was a picture with three of them, Højlund, Mainu and Garnacho, sat there all happy. The future of Manchester United. How it's all gone wrong. And there just seems to be a knock-on effect year after year, and you see we touched about on changing the manager. They have to get something right, they have to stick with it, and they've got to have a plan. And it just don't seem to have it at the moment in time, because they just waste so much money.
But you look at even Scott McTominay, who has went to Napoli. He's been a victim of the poor recruitment, and they've moved him on, obviously, to free up money. But he played under every manager. You know, he's a good, talented player. He's went and showed that in Naples, and you look at them now, they keep signing in players. I mean, it's just a graveyard.
It's interesting to see that they are getting rid of, you know, and that was, I think, the fan perspective on the Kobbie Mainoo thing was almost like it would be the last straw if it had gone. But it is like they're looking at the net profit of, OK, we can get Garnacho out. He's an academy, you know, talent that we've had. We're going to make pure profit back on that. Same with Scott McTominay. So, you know, but when you see who has left and then you've got who's come in, you know, Dorsey was touching on it, Mbeumo, Cunha, you've got Šeško up top now. Are Man United stronger now than where they were at the start of the window?
Yeah, I think they are. They're stronger. They are stronger. I think Mbeumo and Cunha makes Man United strong. The jury's out on Šeško. This jury's still out on it. But he hasn't played enough games at the moment.
Why would you spend?
But why have you spent 70 million on him? and you keep him on the bench? Why not put him integrate? And they played, no disrespect, they played Burnley at home on the weekend. Why are you not starting your centre forward to try and get him confidence?
He was claiming that he was suffering from cramp on.
Then Cunha gets injured, and then you don't bring him on.
Yeah.
You still don't bring him on. And as the number 9, I understand suffering from cramp against Grimsby. Grimsby dominated them. That's
why they said he took the last penalty.
Nah, even if I've got cramp, I'm taking the first 5. If you pay 17 million, I've got to stand up and be counted for. But I'm not blaming Sesko, because if he should be the one who says to the manager, I want to prove myself. But I do think their window, they've got a strong window. I do think they look better, but Cunha's just picked up an injury, and Mbeumo has obviously got his goal again on the weekend, and Bruno scores the winning goal. But they are stronger, but they've got problems, and we've said that. Boydie's spot on. Their recruitment is nowhere near good enough. If you look at the list of players there, they're all talented. Why is it not working at that football club? There must be a reason why it's not working. Is it down to the individual, or is it down to someone at that football club who can't get the best out of them?
The other thing is, you look at the players as well. I mean, Marcus Rashford is Barcelona. Sancho, he was at Chelsea last year. He's got Villa.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not as if they're just going to clubs where it's
Garnacho,
Chelsea, Højlund, Napoli, champion. Do you know what I mean?
Is this a victim of the change in manager though? Like you're looking at, I mean, Tyrell Malacia, for instance, right, is an Eric Ten Hag signing.
Yeah.
He's now gone. As soon as he's gone, now Amorim doesn't want him. Michael, what would you say?
Yeah, that happened. Eric Ten Hag signed Antony for a ridiculous amount of money. He wanted him.
Also like Garnacho as well.
Yeah, and paid way over the price you have to do. Manager comes in going, I want that player out. And Sesko now might be the same as what Højlund is. I was one when Højlund went in going, give him time. It was a disaster for Manchester United. Could Sesko be another one? They have to get him. When you're paying that much money, I'll get him fit playing
him then?
That is the question.
Because if you're a manager and you're under pressure and you sign somebody for the amount of money that they've signed Sesko for, the first thing you're doing is putting them in your team.
Exactly.
You're not looking to create problems with not playing them. And then people are going to question, you've spent another fortune on a striker, you're not playing them. They need to get them in the team. So if that's not the case, who's signing them?
Yeah. I think, Sue, a lot has been said obviously about Šeško here, but you still look at it in terms of Mbeumo, Cunha, 2 Premier League proven players that could take Man United to that next level. Is it also about working out
the top half?
Yeah, well seeing those 2 players who are Premier League proven, know what they want in front of them. The manager's clearly favouring Mason Mount at the minute. Is that what he's just trying to work out? I've got these 2 boys that these 2 have to start each time. Who are they best with?
Yeah, probably. And, I think we were all looking and we were saying, well, how come Šeško's not started in that game at the weekend? Is it because he doesn't quite feel that he's quite ready yet? He's quite fit enough yet? It was an opportunity to sort of put him in there. But, yeah, it is about trying to find who fits in with the system that obviously Amorim wants to play. Yes, bringing in Cunha and Mbeumo, you know that they are Premier League proven. You know that they can score goals and they can assist in the Premier League. Šeško may take a little bit more time to adapt. So, yeah, there's so many different things, isn't there, around this Manchester United, and you just hope that from the top to the bottom, it all sort of starts to align.
You have to play Sesko. As Boydie said, you paid all that money. Cunha has been playing through the middle as a 9. Cunha's best position is on that left-hand side as a number 10, playing in them little pockets where him and Mbeumo cause problems, which he did at Wolves and Mbeumo did at Brentford. Sesko, if I'm the centre forward and Boydie will tell you and you're bringing me for 70 million and you're leaving me on the bench, I'm starting to think, did you want to sign me or did someone else at the club want to sign me? Because I'm thinking I should go straight in. I understand why he's playing Mason Mount. When Mason Mount's fit, Mason Mount is a top player. So you want to try and build his confidence up. But can he not play? And I see him do it at Fulham the other day, where he played him with Bruno Fernandes. They were obviously chasing the game. No, they weren't. They were chasing that game there. And they did bring him with Bruno Fernandes to sit in there. And he can play in them positions. You do find a place in the team for Mason Mount, because I think he's a good player. But not at the expense of Šeško.
Well, there you go. And United have done their business, but still some...
Year-old Belgian. He's been at the training ground throughout the afternoon, undergoing his medical before he puts pen to paper to a 5-year contract, as we understand it. United looked and analysed many options in the goalkeeping position, especially when you look at the last few weeks of the season, where there's been questionable, perhaps, performances by Andre Onana and Altay Bind, for example, in the Grimsby game, even debatably in the Burnley game as well. But it looks like they've acted. Ruben Amorim has acted as well to bring Lomans in. Still waiting official confirmation. But what I can tell you is we have had official confirmation of 2 other deals to do with Manchester United in the last half an hour. And those are two departures that were really important for United to do. One came in Antony, who signed 3 years ago to the day, Emma, for well over £80 million. His return to Real Betis has been confirmed for just over £21 million. United do have, though, a 50% net sell-on clause in that deal, so he is off to Spain. Rasmus Højlund, who signed a few summers ago from Atalanta for well over £70 million, £72 million actually, he has had his move to Napoli confirmed. That is a loan with a conditional obligation to buy if Napoli reach the Champions League. That fee is around £38 million, and he joins his former teammate in Scott McTominay. Kevin De Bruyne is now there as well. And this day, although it looks like Le Mans could be their big signing in terms of incoming, I think the departures have been just important today. Jadon Sancho is still close to confirming that loan to Aston Villa. As I mentioned, Antony, Højlund, Garnacho in the last week as well, all out of the club, all off the wage bill, and all, more importantly, not part of Ruben Amorim's plans going forward. And United have found solutions for those players, which maybe will be just important as bringing in Le Mans. We await official confirmation, but we'll bring that to you as soon as we get it.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Rasmus Højlund has completed his loan departure from Manchester United on deadline day of the summer transfer window. The Danish striker has agreed to join Napoli for an initial loan fee of £5.19 million, with an obligation to make the deal permanent for £38 million next summer if the Serie A side qualifies for the Champions League. Højlund did not feature for United across any of their opening 4 matches of the new league campaign and was left out of the matchday squad again for the weekend win over Burnley. United signed Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig to be their new striker this season, while Ruben Amorim also gave preference to using a false 9 rather than Højlund in matches when the summer signing hadn't been fit enough to start. Højlund has scored 26 goals and registered 6 assists in 95 appearances since he joined United from Atalanta 2 years ago. He only managed 10 goals across all competitions last season, with just 4 of those in the Premier League. In terms of other loan departures, United have also sent teenage forward Ethan Ennis on loan to League Two side Fleetwood Town for the forthcoming campaign, while Harry Amass has completed his loan move to Sheffield Wednesday for the remainder of the season. In terms of other loan departures, United have also sent teenage forward Ethan Ennis on loan to League Two side Fleetwood Town for the forthcoming campaign, while Harry Amass has completed his loan move to Sheffield Wednesday for the remainder of the season. Tyrell Malacia saw a proposed loan move to La Liga side Elche collapse on deadline day after all parties did not agree on a proposed future transfer fee for the Dutch defender. There is still a chance the left-back could leave later this month though, with both the Saudi and Turkish transfer windows still open until next week.